Girl, if you've been struggling to do your 30-minute makeup, your everyday makeup, if you're finding it hard to get that nice clean beat, this is the video for you. If you're new here, my name is Whitney. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you are alerted every time I post a video. And in today's video, I will show you, ladies, guys, whoever, how to achieve this easy breezy 30-minute, 45-minute makeup go-to look plus a ombre red lip. So I'll catch y'all in the video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Okay, so the very most important step of your makeup is your base. So you need to make sure your face is clean. I always clean mine with witch hazel, or you can use the makeup wipe, but you need to have your face needs to be clean. And then you'll follow along with moisturizing. These are key steps to making sure that your makeup sets right. You have to take care of your face. You can't just slap makeup on, you know. Like, if you doing that, stop that right now. Today gonna be your last day doing it. So make sure your face is moisturized real good. And I use the Amberlease, but do as you please. Use whatever you need to use, but you need to make sure that your face is moisturized really good, because all of that plays a factor into how your ending product is going to look. And then you need to prime. That's probably why a lot of y'all makeup be sliding and oily, and it's just not lasting, or it's separating. So you need to make sure that you use a good primer for your skin type. So if you have pores, you need to use a pore filling primer. If you want a matte look, you need a mattifying primer. Today I am going to use this new, well, it's not new, it's new to me because this is just my second time using it. I'm going to use the Maybelline Grippy Serum as my primer, and I used this Labor Day weekend, and I liked it. I mean, my makeup pretty much lasts, but I feel like I use 2 primers, which that is okay. Because sometimes I do that a lot, depending on, you know, the weather situation, and you just want to work that in to your face. And this is not like the consistency is not like the e.l.f. Power Grip, but it sees my face is sticking. So, and this has niacinamides in it. So this is gonna be my primer for today. Okay, and now on to brows. Today I'm gonna use the NYX Brow Glue Crazy Lift. This is my second time using this as well, and it is going to mold your brows into place. Now, normally my eyebrows are waxed and I don't have no growth of hair on them, so they're pretty much tamed, but and I don't have to really fill them in. But today I have some my eyebrows are old, so I need to fill them in today. And just to show y'all, I will also, but I really don't have to, but I am, because I haven't did it in a while. So this is kind of like a consistency of like glue. You can kind of see it oozing out, and you just need to work. You can also use glue, lash glue, if you don't have eyebrow if you don't have an eyebrow pomade, not pomade, an eyebrow glue or something to hold those brows in place. And this, I just kind of brush them down in the shape that I'm going to have them in. So I don't have much more to do. And this worked really good. I normally use the other NYX one. I can't think of the name. But this is the newest one. And it works really good. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking in the mirror. So then I kind of go over them again with my spoolie. And then I get them more in shape because that was scratching me. So I'm going to get them more tame and in the shape that I want them. And I'm going to take the wand end, this end, and just smooth them down. Like smooth that on your skin because they literally should be in place to where you just going over them with your pencil or your pomade, whichever you use. I don't use a pencil no more. I use pomade when I do fill them in. This step is optional, but I like to take some powder, some setting powder, and pat it over them so they're completely dry, and that the pomade or the pencil just glides over it. Because, I mean, you just put some wet product on your brows, so they're not going to be completely dry. So I just take the powder and powder them down before I actually start. Okay, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to hold your hand while I tell you this. Them black brows is not cute. Them boxy eyebrows, is not cute. So you should always really never use a black for your eyebrows. If you do, you should get a soft black and be very light-handed with it because it's just not natural. So I always use dark brown, and I use the LA Girl brow pomade. And I just normally I'm looking down at my mirror. So I start at the tip of my brow and I kind of just lightly trace the natural shape of my eyebrow. So it's I kind of do one line, you do a diagonal line to the tip point, and then follow it down with with another line. So one line, then curve it. Now, if y'all it just depends on how your lashes. I mean, not lashes. How your eyebrow is set. So mine's have the up point and then it comes down. Some people's are more straight. So it's just depending on how your natural eyebrow is. And then for the top section, I kind of do the same thing, but I don't go all the way in the front. I go probably a quarters away, and I just still trace the top of my brow and then connect it. And see, you can see how it's pretty much, that's just the outline of it. And the tail, I fill it in. This part I fill in. The front part, you won't be as heavy-handed. You're going to just make hair-like strokes, like little flicks. So I'm not going to be as heavy-handed with doing it because you want it to be as natural as possible. And that's see, mine's is not boxy. That's my natural brow. And then you need to blend it out. And blending it is just you taking the spoolie and blending out the harsh line. And don't worry, if you mess up, the concealer will clean it up. And you need to just fill in the bald spots, basically. That's all it really is. It's not no you drawing a box. That's not it. If you're doing that, don't do that no more. Okay, and see, there it is. And then I'm going to do my other brow and I'll come back. Okay, And so a rule to remember is that your eyebrows are sisters and cousins. They're not twins, so they're not going to be identical because your eyebrows is just not really identical. But always remember that whatever you mess up, you can fix it with the concealer. So I'm gonna take my highlighting concealer, which is the Morphe in the shade Warm, and I'm gonna start concealing the tail. That's the only place that I personally put highlighting concealer, which is about 2 to 3 shades lighter than my foundation color. I don't do halo brows. I don't do that where it's super bright. I don't do that. It's not natural. So I'm going to take that on the back of my hand to warm it up a little bit, get it on my brush, and basically just clean it up. So this is going to act as the eraser for what you mess up. And I literally probably go halfway, and then that's it. And then you need to bring it down. So it's really simple. It's not nothing hard to do. Okay, so for the front tail, for the front part of the eyebrow, I just use my foundation shade, or I use a concealer that's the same color as my foundation for a more natural look. And then it's literally the same concept. You will just trace out, merge those two colors together. And you can take it a little further in if you need to. And then for the top, the same concept. You're going to just trace along the brow. And they should meet. And you should end up with like this. And you'll need to blend that out as well. I'm going to do my other eye and I'll come right back. Okay, so I am going to blend all of that down. So just blending is basically essentially just patting it until it literally is just blended into your skin. And see, this is how we should be looking. And like I said, brows are not identical twins. They are different. So that's what we end up with. So if you have made it this far in the video, drop a lipstick emoji in the comments to let me know that you're still here. Okay, so moving right along, we are going to do eyeshadow. And I'm going to hold your hand again when I say this. If you are not good with eyeshadow, sticking with one color is fine. Sticking with your contour color, that's totally doable for everyday 30-minute, 45-minute makeup look. So that's what we're going to do today. Probably I might add just a little bit more. I'm not sure yet. So give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. Okay, so today I'm going to use my new Persuasion palette by Be Love Beauty. But you can, I use these two by Black Radiance, which is a contour palette for my browns. So I'm probably more than likely going to go with probably with caramel first, just to start. And then I'll put another one on top of that one. But just as a transition, you don't have to use a transition, but I prefer to right now because that's what I want to do. And eyeshadow is just windshield wiper motions. The top part, you don't want to go all the way into your brow. That is, you want to stay on that brow bone, on this bone right here. If you're going over that bone, you probably looking a little, you know. But I'm holding your hand while I'm telling you this, like friend, like I really am. I ain't gonna steer you wrong, and I ain't gonna let you go outside looking crazy either. So you wanna just do windshield wiper motions, which is basically swish, 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 and just make sure it's all blended. And when I say blended, it's like giving a gradient effect. It's not just basically just sitting on top of your eyes. So this is what I have right now. And I really could put this all over my lid and be done. But I'm going to go in with a deeper color because I want a deeper brown. So I'm going to go in with Coca-Cola, I guess that's what it is. And that should deepen that up a lot. And I the rule of thumb I go by when choosing the browns, because you can use the wrong brown for your skin tone and it just kind of look crazy. That's why I always just use my contour brown. So whatever I'm gonna contour with, I'm gonna stick with that shade because that's gonna be the most natural for you based on your skin color, you know, based on what you have going on. You can't do what Sally Sue be doing, because what Sally Sue be doing on you gonna have you looking crazy. So yeah. And then essentially I'm just gonna go back with that first color and blend that out again. If you're just using one color, it's no need to go back and blend because it's already blended. It's one color. So see, and now I have this soft brown color. And when we finish, I'll go in my tear ducts and put some highlight there. But we're going to move right along. Now we're going to start on our face. So for a natural look, you want to go 1 to possibly 2 shades lighter for your highlight. And you're going to highlight everything you want to stand out. So essentially under your eyes, the bridge of your nose, the forehead, you could do the top of your lip, and you can do your right here. You don't have to. It's just what you want to stand out. You can stick with just doing under your eye if that's what you prefer. And remember, start with a shade that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than your concealer. Start with the concealer that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation. And you don't need a lot. Like, less sometimes is more when you're doing your makeup. It's not like you have to use a whole lot of products. And you want this to dry down some. The more you let it dry down, now, let me be careful when I say this. So, depending on what concealer you're using, some dry down really fast. And once it dries down, it's gonna be hard to move it. So, depending on what product you're using, you need to know the time you need to move, how fast you need to move, and how fast you not need to move. But you want to let it dry down a little bit because you get more of a full coverage look when you're dried down. So at this point, we should be looking like me. Now, if you have a concealer that dries fast, you need to be already starting to pat it out, because you're gonna not be able to move it once that dries completely down. So I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and then I'm just gonna pat it out. And you don't want to drag the product, you just want to pat it to where it's moving on its own. If you're dragging it, you're doing it, your technique is wrong. So pat it, pat it, pat it, pat it, and it's gonna move. Once you see that you're patting it out, and you will see that the product is moving on its own. Like, I'm not dragging it nowhere. I'm just essentially patting it to the places I want it to be. And pat it, pat, 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 pat. Do not drag, pat it. And just take your time. Now, if you have one that is drying fast, you need to kind of go at a faster pace, but you still can kind of take your time to get it into the place that you want it to be. I put my makeup on in a way that I'm using less product, but I'm still getting a full beat. Like, the beat gonna eat regardless of how much product I use. I don't have to use a whole lot and be caked up in all of that stuff. So, okay, so we should be here now. I don't look like anything because I just use a one layer. Me, I like to be more highlighted, so I'm going to go in with a brighter concealer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is how I'm looking. I'm probably looking crazy, but I'm telling you, you have to trust the process. You have to trust the process with your makeup. So on to foundation. Today I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Fit Me Lumi Matte Superstay. This is gonna be my foundation, and you don't have to go and spend hundreds of dollars on foundation. I'm telling you. You could go to your drugstore, get your foundation. They have good quality foundation. Maybelline Fit Me, the regular one, is going to always be that, girl. It's always going to eat down. You don't need no MAC. You don't need no NARS. You don't need none of those expensive foundations if you do not wear makeup like that. That's just insane to spend your money on that stuff that's $60 and $70 and $80, and you don't even know how to apply your makeup like that. Start off with something small that has good quality, that's going to give you the same result. Half of the time it's not the product, it's the technique. So I put it on the back of my hand to warm it up, and I just put like three squirts. You don't need a lot. And then I'm just essentially gonna go where I didn't put concealer. And I go over my concealer with my foundation. It's okay. Like, the concealer acts basically as the eraser. So it's going to erase everything that you kind of messed up on. So if you feel like your highlight concealer is too light, take your foundation and go over it. And it's going to tone it down a little bit. Now, if it's not toning it down, you went way too light for your skin tone. And make sure you bring it to your neck too. Okay, so you should be like so. Back looking kind of flat. So we're going to move on to contour, and I'll be right back. Okay, so remember I was telling you about your brown is your contour shade? So you're going to blend that contour up into your eyeshadow and bring it down. And you go down the side of the nose just a smidget. You don't want to go too far down. And you'll do that on both sides. Okay, so we should be looking like this at this point. You're going to go back. Remember, your foundation is your blender, is your eraser. You're going to go back and start blending that in. The foundation brush and the foundation is, I didn't use no more foundation. It's just the residue that's on the brush. That's going to be your magic eraser. Your blender is going to make everything start coming together. And remember, you need to have everything blended really well before you put any powder on liquid. Everywhere you put liquid, you need to set it with a powder. So We need to get everything seamlessly blended out. And you should be looking, if not similar to me, better than I am right now. And see, right now I have just a natural face on. It's very natural. And if you feel like you want your contour to stick out more, you can take the first concealer that you used, that first shade, and put a line here and a line there and blend it down. So just a one little simple line. This is optional. You don't have to do it. It is optional. And then you can essentially just blend that on down. And I am using my foundation brush for it, just because it's almost very close to the color of my foundation. And you see, it gave me that more chiseled look. So I'll be okay. Now I'm going to apply my baking powder. I don't bake, but I do use baking powder. So baking essentially is putting it on, leaving it on for a long time, then taking it off. I don't do that, but I do use it on top of my pressed powder. And it's the same concept, but this is loose powder, so it's like this kind of. So I'm going to get it and put the excess on the back of my hand. And then I do the same thing. I press it up into my skin. And you're only putting this where you highlighted it. So. Do, 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 do. So it should be looking something like this. Real crazy, probably, right? Okay, now you're going to get your powder contour to contour it out. Contour it out to set where you put the cream contour. And you can kind of go light-handed with this because it's going to be dark. And if you put too much, it's okay. It's powder. Once you put the setting spray and blend it some more, it's going to all come together. So don't freak out. And then I'm going to do my jawline a little bit. And not only dipped in that pan one time. So my nose. We should be like so. Probably looking a little crazy, but I'm telling you, trust the process. Okay, now on to blush. So I can't find my blush pen, so I'm going to use the Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's Place. And you can interchange eyeshadows with blush, contour. Like, it's all the same thing, basically. So, today I'm going to mix orange in this burgundy looking color because I'm going to wear red lipstick. So, I'm going to mix both of those together. And then for blush, you just smile and you blend that like so. So essentially it goes right on top of your contour, but into your cheek, excuse me. So I'm going to finish putting my blush on and I'll be back. Okay, so again, you're still looking crazy because you have this powder on. So you want to take a brush and dust the powder away. Before we rinse our face down, we're going to get the powder off. Oh. Get the powder off. Dust the powder away. And don't worry, you're fine. If you're looking crazy, you are fine. The mist that you're going to put on is going to melt all of this into your face. So just dust that powder off. You're going to get you some setting mist and drench your face with it to bring that all together. Ooh, I'm almost out of this, so. Ooh, I'm spraying it the wrong way. And you still have blending to do, so it's okay. I gotta hurry up because my camera is gonna die. But I'm almost done. I'll be back once my face is dry. So the Morphe setting mist and this e.l.f. setting mist, they're both really good setting mist. So after you drench your face, let it dry down just a smidget, and you're going to take your foundation brush and start patting all that stuff in. And this is what I say when I told you you wasn't done blending out. Makeup is all about blending. Everything should be seamless once you get finished. If anything is harsh, just take your foundation brush and blend it out. Tap it out until it just blends in seamlessly. And you can reapply your blush at the end. If you're a blush person and you want like that real flush-like look, you can reapply it if you need to, if that's what you like. So, we are essentially here. And this is how I'm looking. You should be looking the same. So, I'm not going to put lashes on with you guys because I already did a video of putting lashes on. So, if you haven't checked that video out, I will link it down in the comments and go check that video out of how to apply your strip lashes. I don't have enough time to do that with y'all because I'm on 15%. So, I'm going to line my, off camera, I'm going to line my waterline. And I'll come back with y'all to show you how to achieve a good, juicy red lip. I'll be back. I look crazy, right? So, it's 2025. If you still going out with your lip liner bold and not blend it out, I'ma hold your hand when I say this. Stop doing that shit. That shit, blend that shit out. So I wanted an ombre red look, so I'm kinda going for that gothy red. So instead of my go-to purple liner for my red, I just went ahead with black. And I am going with that gothy look because I'm going to a death to my 30s party. So that's the motivation behind that. And so red is not hard to apply. But I'm going to say this. If you don't wear red, wear it. Right? But you need to apply it properly. Because red is one of those colors that transfer. So I would always line my lips with red. Red moves, it's messy. And I prefer, my personal preference is a matte red. I don't wear gloss red. It's not for me. But do as you feel. They your lips. You gotta wear it, not me. So I'm gonna show y'all my favorite red lipsticks. And I'll be right back. My ultimate, outside of Ruby Woo by MAC, my ultimate red lipsticks is by the Lip Bar. This is a black owned company. You can get it from Target. I don't know if Walmart sells them, but for sure Target. I don't know if Ulta sells them. I get mine from Target. So I'm going to go in. I think this Boss Lady, this is my favorite one. And it goes on liquid, but it dries down matte. And it is so cute. When I tell you, it's cute. And it's like a vampy red. It's not too much, but it's enough to make you, yeah. So I'm just essentially going to go over the black with the red. My camera is on 10 minutes, so I have to hurry up. I mean on 10%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish lining my lips and I'll come back and show you guys how to fill it in. Okay, this is what I'm looking like. So I'm just going to fill it in with the rest of the red. So this is what I have now. It's dark red. I like it. It's cute. I'm going to go in with a brighter red to give it a more of an ombre. Don't walk around with red lipstick on your teeth either. I'm probably going to go in one shade brighter just in the center. I don't know. I'm going to go put my lashes on and finish my final touches. For the most part, I'm done. I need to put my mold back. I'm going to put gold in the inner corner. But this look, you're done. You put your gloss on, set your face with a setting spray. With a setting spray. And you'll be done. You're good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And let me know if you want to see more talk through videos of me doing my makeup, showing you different things, different looks to do. And I'm saying all the time my makeup takes me 30 to 45 minutes. And I want you to have that same 30 to 45 minute time frame doing your makeup, getting it on and getting out the door. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.